Hello, everybody. First of all, I wanted to thank everybody that watched and subscribed to my channel after my first video last week, and all the shout outs that various channels have given me. I appreciate the support, and I've always found the YouTube tabletop wargaming community to be extremely welcoming and friendly place to be, and I kind of wanted to be a little bit more of a part of that through these videos and kind of share what I've been doing, because I know I've gotten lots of inspiration and motivation through watching videos that you all put up in various genres and history, fantasy, and science fiction, and it's just real enjoyable. And thanks for the warm welcome. I appreciate the support. Wanted to show off today what I did this last week. Finished up that regiment, the 2nd Pennsylvania, as they would have appeared probably in 1777 or so. As I've said before, the American War of Independence, particularly the Continental side, uniforms and flags are just extremely difficult when you try to research what they would have worn. It changed from year to year. They were constantly reorganizing and combining regiments, and new ones were raised, and they, of course, with funding being difficult, they had a hard time having uniforms, and so you would have seen quite a mix. But this was one you can see in the background. The picture is a picture that I found online of the 2nd Pennsylvania during 1777, and I liked the color of that, and my research had shown what the proper flag for the 2nd Pennsylvania would have been. Whether or not it would have been this flag during 1777, that's also difficult to tell. But anyway, I tried to do regiments that have some variety in their look, and also that I can research and feel like I've got at least some chance at being accurate at portraying what they would have looked like at a given time. I'm most interested in the kind of the early mid-war periods, and so I'm kind of focusing on that. So again, this is a 24 man unit, a regiment that War Games factory miniatures again, which plastic multi-part kits. I enjoy painting them. The detail is nice. They're not that difficult to put together once they're a little fiddly at first, but once you get the knack for it, just like building anything, once you learn kind of the tricks, it definitely gets easier. So anyway, again, made the movement trays kind of from scratch. Magnetized bases and put metal in a little, it's adhesive metal inside the trays to give them their to get them to stick to the movement trays, and yeah, so that's what I worked on for this week, and finishing those dudes up. And I found that to keep my motivation up, I found that you kind of burn out on painting all the straps and all the sameness of the units. So what I'm going to do next then is another interest I've got is Warhammer Fantasy. I kind of jumped into that back in 5th edition. I bought the starter set, and at that time, though, my kids were being born, and I just gotten married, and I just started a business, so I kind of sat on the shelf. Painted up a couple figures different times through the years, but don't have more than a handful painted of my Bretonians is what I was working on. So I've gotten back to that, and so I'll just show what I've got primed coming up here for. And again, this would be what they call the 5th edition. Bretonians would look like this, and then here's the knight that's going to go on it. I paid them separate, and then of course the shield. But so anyway, so that's something that's you know, gives me something new. I can kind of be creative, pick out my own heraldry that I want to use, a lot of bright colors, and just do kind of a one-off model to add to my night regiment. So my next video I'll probably post after I have this guy done, and then I'll show the Bretonians that I do have painted up to this point, which isn't a lot, but I've collected quite a few models through the years, even back when my kids were small. You know, I'd pick up some when they'd be on sale somewhere at a hobby shop, or you know, online, or when they were closing out, some of those different, when the 6th edition Bretonians came out. So then, so I've accumulated quite a few at reasonable prices. I'm picking up kind of what I need off eBay at this point to kind of flesh that all out. And then after I do paint him, then I'll jump back and do a unit, or I'm thinking an artillery piece for the Continentals, and usually I'm ready to jump back into that. So anyway, I appreciate everybody watching, commenting, liking if you like it, and wish everybody a happy holiday, Merry Christmas, and a happy and healthy, successful New Year in your private lives as well as your hobby. And take care of yourselves, and we'll talk to you again soon. Thanks.